Hey everyone! Welcome back! I am back today with more My Hero Academia. You guys, I am so excited. If you're joining me early today, it means you are one of my awesome patrons. Thank you so much, and as always, I'm sending you those big old hugs right through the screen. And if not, still thank you for joining me today. I do hope you'll consider supporting me that way. The link to my Patreon is going to be in the description down below. So I actually had a few thoughts on the last episode of My Hero that I watched that I forgot to put into my outro last time. So I thought I'd kick off with that. Last episode was really good. We had a couple things happening in last episode. I got so caught up in like kind of the second act of the episode, which was all about Twice and Toga, that I, even though I had like specifically said in the reaction, like, I got stuff to say about this, I kind of like just sort of lost it by the end of the episode and didn't get to talk about this one particular scene. But it had to do with Kirishima. We had like another slight little flashback with him, like when he first comes to Fat Gum's agency. And we've gotten to know Kirishima and Amajiki a little bit better in the last several episodes. And they've been really driving home that like Amajiki really admires Mirio for this kind of bright, enthusiastic, energetic disposition that he has. And he really admires that. And like, to him, that's like, that is so like picturesque as like what a hero should be. Kirishima, I found it pretty interesting that in that flashback, he actually said something to the effect of like, you know, yeah, I'm kind of like, he kind of has this like gusto and everything, but like, that's all there is to me. Like, I need to be more. So I just found it really interesting that with the two of them, they're so different, but they've really been exploring these themes of, you know, am I good enough to be a hero? Am I good enough, period? Am I, you know, do I have what it takes to be a hero? And can heroes still make mistakes and like still be a hero and everything? I just found it really interesting that they're coming at it from very different angles, but they're kind of trying to find the same thing. So that was my little blurb about the episode that I watched last. And I didn't get to say it at the end of the last episode, so I thought I'd come in and start with that. But last episode was great. We had a lot of good stuff with the League of Villains. I got confused a couple of times. Like, people have been very kind to point out to me, like, oh, this is kind of why this happened. And yes, we've seen this. Like, we've seen Shigaraki. We've seen his face. Like, I know that now. I remember that. But when we're dealing with, like, stuff that happened back in season 2, a lot of times I'll be like, wait, did that? What? And you guys are very kind to come in and, and refresh me gently on everything. Thank you. But I really loved the scenes with the League of Villains in the last episode. It's such a weird thing because I still am trying to figure out how they made these characters endearing. When I see them up against my heroes, I instantly like, I'm rooting against them. I'm rooting against the bad guys. When I see them up against a worse bad guy or just like interacting with each other, they're oddly charming. And I really like that Shigaraki has this like very strong bond with his team, so much so that even though Toga and Twice were very not into the idea of going and working for Overhaul, that they trusted and respected Shigaraki enough. Like, that's how close they all are. Like, in a weird, twisted way, they are like a family. And it's interesting to watch that versus, like, Overhaul, very obviously, like, does not have a lot of loyalty in his group. There are some people who are loyal to him, like the first people we saw, that Amajiki was fighting several episodes back. Like, there are some, but it sounds like he kind of came in and took over this organization and shook things up in a way that a lot of people are not okay with. We know now there's like an older big boss and like he's in a coma. We don't know what happened there. So it's just kind of interesting to see like his rapport with his group versus, Shigaraki, who is young and has a lot to learn, but already kind of has that bond that has made such a cohesive unit out of the League of Villains, even though they're still kind of all very green and everything. So, as you guys know, historically, I'm not a huge fan of Toga, and I actually really enjoyed Toga in the last episode. I don't know, it's just something about, like, her blood thing and her thing for Izuku that really turned me off about her. But, like I said, getting to see her interact with other members of her team was actually, like, she was actually kind of, like, interesting and fun and charming to watch. I've never disliked Twice. I don't know, have I? Have I... You guys who have been watching, have I ever disliked Twice? Have I ever, like, come out and said that? I feel like we saw an episode with him, was it back at the end of season 3 maybe, or maybe the beginning of season 4, where, like, they kind of got into his background, and it was just heartbreaking. So, like, I always kind of have a soft spot for him, as far as I remember. So it was fun watching those two together. So now we kind of know that which I knew it had to be something like that. Like, there's no way they'd be like, hey, so you killed Big Sis Mag, so we're gonna come join you now. Nah. They're taking him down from the inside. And, I mean, like, I'm kind of rooting for them. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's just so hard. Lots of feels on this show. But anyway, the next episode looks really good. The name of it is Lemillion, which means we're getting a Mirio-centric app. I was really happy at first when I saw that, and then I immediately got scared because I love Mirio now. Like, they've made me love Mirio, but he's still fairly new, and I'm kind of worried about him in this app. I don't know. I don't know if they would do something so cruel as to, like, do something to him, but they might. I mean, he's newer, but I still love him. Like, he's in my heart now. Please don't hurt Lemillion. I was so freaked out by Overhaul in the last episode, the way I think it was Rappa who was talking about how he, like, killed him and put him back together. Oh, like, that is horrifying. Like, the threat level, the danger level from Overhaul is, like, super high right now. Hashtag pray for Mirio. I want him to be okay. And there's really only one way to find out what's going to happen to him, and that is to wrap up my rant and begin the next episode of My Hero Academia. Let's go, you guys. Plus Ultra!
エリの体から離れた因子の効果を維持するところから始まり、随分かかった。これなら個性を完全に消滅させられる。
ただ時間とコストがかかりすぎやすね。
個性の詳細を教えてくれ。もしもの時連携を取りやすいようにしておきたい。
もしもの時ならもしもの時に教える。
Yeah, it's probably smart.
漢字は教えてやんねあらゆるものをそのために必要なのは明確なイメージ。人で言うなら身長、脅威に足の差、一身上の都合により俺は俺を作れない。
Poor Twice. She just her look, just the way she. Oh no! Such a cute way to show me one of the most horrible moments. One cup. Ew. Oh, that's not good. I like that. Like, that's her limit. Oh, he made them say it. Oh no! How? How did they do that? Oh no! Shoot, how am I actually rooting for Toga here? Did they just say what I think they said? Are they actually, like, hoping for help from the heroes right now? She's just... she's poking the bear there. But she's right. Ooh! Now you done it. Oh, come on, baby. Come on. Smash it! Smash it! Nice. Sweet. That's teamwork, y'all. See ya. They don't know anything about a betrayal. Not a thing. Nice. Oh man.
これで見て見ぬふりをしていたよな。お前に保護されるなんてこの子は望んじゃいない。この子にとってお前はヒーローじゃない。
だから来た。
伝わらないな。わかりやすく言って。
足元がおぼつかねえな。俺もだ。だから下は歩くね。
I am not sure what's happening right now, but wow.
こいつそこにいるのにこんな奴にやられてる場合じゃ。どういう個性だ。10日発動中はあらゆるものがすり抜ける。
Shoot. Okay. He's the one who was making the league talk too.
時に本人すら気づいていない本音を引きずり出す。鉄砲玉発災種榊デイドロ個性泥酔
Slash. Yeah, I've seen it all now. I have seen it all. No! What just happened?
俺は弱い。おぞましい業を背負わされていると知った。あの子にとって残酷な言動を見せた。それでもあの子は俺たちが傷つくことより地獄へ戻ることを選んだ。あんなにも優しい子が。だから追いかけた。そして今俺は言えない。あの子が笑えないままなんてそんなの絶対許せない。
Yes! Yes! Oh! Yes! Oh! Oh no! Oh! He got her! He's got her!
ダメだよ。あの人に殺されちゃう。
もう決して君を悲しませない。
Ah!
俺が君のヒーローになる。
He just became my hero. That's for darn sure.
お前のわがままで俺が手を汚さなきゃいけない。
Don't listen
お
to
前の
him.
行動一つ一つが人を殺す。呪われた存在なんだよ。
It doesn't have to be that way. Don't listen to him.
そうだったな。俺に子などいない。
She's not even his kid. I knew it.
個性はオーバーホール。対象に
すぐに修復すれば蘇生できる。原型をとどめていなくとも元通りに直せる。その子は身をもって知っているはず。
Oh, that's so many kinds of wrong.
いろいろしました。ヒーロー
Good
に
thinking.
かっこつけだと思っていました。
Oh, 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 Come on, come on.
強いエリを置いた。あれを壊してしまえば抵抗できない。
そういうやつだよな、お前は。
あ
ヒーローがマントを羽織るのは痛くて辛くて苦しんでる女の子を包んであげるためだ。
あ
相手をよく見て、次の行動を予測する。先一回のヤクザとは思えない。強い。もう決して君を悲しませない。俺が捨てた。
小僧。
What? Oh, man.
に来い。名前は喋れるか。遺体させられた。肩身が狭くなる一方だ。
Don't tell me they're giving me a tragic
い
backstory.
ずれうちも確信が必要だ。俺が前に話した計画、少しは考える気に。
てめえあれだけ締められてまだ言うんか。人の道からそれたら胸郭しまえよ千崎。心のねえ外道に人はついてきや。
I mean, like, it seemed like that guy did have some, like,
完全に気絶させた
morals.
はず。根本撃て。
仲間になってくれ。
No.
お前がいてくれるとここ。
No, no, no.
分かった時、本音で
No, 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 no.
私を必要としている。命を捧げ、共に歩まねば。
Don't you dare shoot him. Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
弾は一発しか。どうしたらどうかさせずにあの子が笑えないままなんて。本音。そうしてずっと耐えてきたんだね。絶望を受け入れるしかないと。救いは来ないと。
その子は身をもって知っているはずだ。
もう君を悲しませない。
No.
もう痛い思いは
Oh.
させない。
Oh. Oh, no. Please don't. Please don't. No.
個性だよ。だからパパはヒーローを諦めた。
Wow.
それでもなりたい？ならパパは精一杯ミリオン
手が今無力した。相手をよく見て動きを予測するんだ。
What?
これまでの全てが無駄になったわけじゃない。俺は依然ルミリオンだ。ありえない。榊の個性はまだ消えているはず。無敵かのような個性は失ったはず。エリさんを傷つけないという枷を負っているはず。なんだこいつは。
Oh, you have no idea. Oh!
ヒーローになって助けて。
Oh my god! Oh my god!
ヒーローになりたかったか。エリを助けたかったか、ルミリオ。すべて汚らしい現代病だ。お前
玉木、みんなしたけ。そのまま知ってたと言ったはずだ。
Oh, yes! I'll tell you what, that's right up there with my list of times I have been so grateful in my lifetime to see Izuku show up. Oh! Alright. I'm just going to be thankful that Mirio is still alive. It looks like his quirk has been taken away. that's how I interpreted it. There was a lot of back and forth about, like, what exactly, like, he was still going even though the guy shot him. I'm still trying to put a lot of it together. I may go ahead and, like, rewatch some of these scenes just to, like, solidify. I won't do it on camera and, like, make you watch me rewatch it. I need to start at the beginning. Let's start at the beginning. I was very worried about Mirio in this app, and I think my worry was justified, even though he's still in one piece, thankfully, heavily wounded, but he's still okay. I'm still not positive that Eri is really Overhaul's daughter. He made that comment that, like, I have no children. Maybe that was just like was that like a you're dead to me thing? Or was that him saying, like, this is not even my child? I don't know. But I'll tell you what, like, some of the just kind of language and phrasing that he used, I was just not having him talking to Eri that way. And I hope she doesn't believe it. I think she's, the look on her face when she saw Mirio's actions, I think, between him and Izuku are really showing her the truth of things. The truth of the world, that, like, there is kindness, and, you know, there are these people that would go to this length for her, because that's, you know, there is good in the world as well, and I feel like all she's ever seen is the bad. And they never come out, they have not come out and, like, shown a lot with her or anything, but just, like, the little things that are implied, like, she should know that by now, like, in regards to, like, how she's torn apart and put back together. Like, I just, oh, you guys, it's so emotional. And just Mirio just getting in there and doing literally anything just to make sure that she doesn't have to suffer anymore. It's just, it's just another reason why I love him. And I'm so glad that he's alive. I was really afraid at points throughout that battle that was going to be, you know, we were watching his, like, hero's death and sacrifice. It looks like he does not have his quirk. But I'm still kind of, you know, I'm still kind of trying to process everything that happened. But to me, it looked like he was shot with the bullet that annihilates your quirk. Try to compose myself to say a little bit more. The flashbacks of him in between all the fighting were devastatingly good, heartbreaking, but good. And just that he would try that hard to be a hero and work against kind of a quirk that was so hard to master, and work at that just to try and be a hero and save people. Wow, you guys, this is going to be one that I'm dwelling on and processing for a while, and I'm sure I'll have something a little bit more coherent to say about it and at the beginning of my next episode. But man, so it looks like where we have left things is his quirk is gone. But I'm gonna rewatch some of those scenes just to make sure, like, I have that, I understand what happened. Because for a minute it almost looked like the guy was gonna fire at Eri. And he was, and then Mirio got in the way. And that's how Mirio got shot. So I'm still, like, trying to put together what that guy's reasoning was. And again, I'll kind of, like, I'll go back and watch it to make sure I'm understanding the whole scene. Okay, guys, I'm going to throw this in here in the middle because I actually just did rewatch the last scenes, and I was able to put together a little bit more of what was going on. And I see now that in order for Mirio to not just let the bullet permeate through him, the guy had to shoot at Eri, because then he would get in the way and he's not going to let it pass through him if it's going to hit Eri. It's still kind of hard for me to tell if his quirk is really gone because all those spikes were like going through him, but was he doing that on purpose so that they wouldn't hit Eri because she was behind him? So I'm still not like positive about whether or not his quirk is gone, but I'm guessing it is because he got hit with the bullet. But wow, also I didn't really get to touch on any of the flashback stuff that we saw with, we now know he hates being called Chisaki, so I'll just call him that because nuts to him. And kind of interesting to get a little background on him and kind of like how his ideals kind of came to be. It seemed like they were very much in conflict with the old boss's ideals. So I'm just going to kind of like squeeze this here in the middle because I did rewatch it and I am getting it now. So my whole outro won't just be me being very confused. Okay, so thank you for letting me clarify that. Oh, wow, what an emotional app. This is right up there with the times in my life that I've been so happy and grateful to see Izuku show up. Ooh. When he just smashed through that wall at the end, you guys, I think my heart just about jumped out of my chest. All right, you guys, I'm going to go and have a snack and dry my eyes and just try to calm down here. What a great app. I cannot wait to see more. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Please be sure to join me next time and we'll watch it together. Bye for now, guys.